Hey, we're here from gardensall.com, and Coleman Alderson is going to talk about rhubarb today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gardens All Garden, the lower garden. We're here today at the end of our hugelkultur bed. We're going to be looking at harvesting our rhubarb, which has just done phenomenal. We're very pleased with it, and this being the time when the stems are turning kind of pink and the leaves are huge, is a great time to be out here harvesting. Wanted to show you guys basically how these things grow. They grow in crowns. Here's one crown, here's another. Can you see that?
Let me move this.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can see.
And here's a little new growth coming up here. If you see any white shoots coming out here, cut them out because they tend to be the flowers, and you don't want the flower. These are perennial, and they'll continue to come back, and as you can see by the size of it and the amount of real estate it's occupying here in the hugel bed, you need a permanent spot that allows a lot of room for it to grow.
Yeah, spread your hand out on the leaf.
Yeah, here's a lower leaf. I mean, these things just get really big.
Yeah.
And a little shade doesn't hurt, but it's also helpful to be growing it in the sunlight. Now, to harvest a stem, it's pretty easy. You take it and, by the way, you don't want to over harvest, but you bend it like that, and I'm going to give it a twist to my left. There
Perfect.
you go. See, that comes right out. And it's real easy to see. Can you show right in this stone right here where the stem begins and the leaf starts right around in here? You do not want to eat the leaves because the stems have some oxalic acid, but the leaves certainly have a lot more, and if you were to ingest them, you would have probably at the least pretty severe stomach cramps and other problems. But also these leaves, oxalic acid in concentration, can contribute to things like kidney stones and gout. So I would advise just take the leaves, put them in your compost pile, let them compost down, consider it a gift for your compost.
Okay, newbie question.
Yeah.
I thought rhubarb was more red, so is this a different variety, or does it redden as it's sitting after harvesting?
I guess this could be pinker. I was just concerned that we needed to harvest because if you wait too long, it gets kind of tough, and then you have to cook it some, and you know that it gets a little bit less tasty. But yeah, there are varieties. This is the strawberry style rhubarb, and we got the crowns at Tractor Supply. Crowns are easy to obtain, and it's recommended getting crowns in rather than seed unless you really want to grow from seed. You should not harvest any of the stems the first year, only very light the second year, and then you can do about a third, maybe up to a half on the third year from there on. So,
And that's so that they continue to grow strong root system,
yeah,
kind of like dandelion, where...
And you just don't want to take away. This is their food. You're taking away their food source right here with the big leaves. There's a reason they're big. So you can use rhubarb in all kinds of recipes. It's a little bit sour if you were just to start gnawing on it. Like
let's say a lot sour.
Yeah, you make that that funny face.
Yeah.
But it's great in pies, in jams, in other dishes that maybe some sort of cooked vegetables along with maybe okra, which we talked about earlier, and so it's really a great early spring harvest, and you get a lot of it. It's easy to harvest, easy to cook, and it's just such a great plant, even for kids. Kids love putting something in the ground like this and coming out and going, "Wow, look at this! It's a dinosaur!" So we encourage this in a special spot. Make sure you get a sunny spot and prepare it so that it's going to grow for years and years. After maybe 5 years or so, you'll need to divide the crowns, get in there with a sharp spade and split it into 3 or more sections, and then take those sections and find a home for them.
Coleman, when you buy that at Tractor Supply or wherever, do you buy it as a potted plant,
No,
or is it comes more like a bulb kind of?
it's kind of like asparagus in that it comes in as asparagus is sold as crowns. So it comes in as a crown. Usually it's wrapped right behind you there. There's a little one I planted next to the compost. You see the little guy there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and who knows how it's going to do, but
Next to the compost, it'll probably do
yeah,
fantastic.
it should be happy with the compost runoff there.
This is our 3-bin compost system as well.
So check it out.
Let us know your rhubarb recipes.
We'd love to hear from you about that, and any tricks on how you're growing it, any advice. We certainly are open to sharing, and we love to learn. So that's it for now. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
Okay.